just a quick video to entice you all before I can be bothered to finish off a proper one. Right, so the carb conversion is all done. So I've used the factory throttle cable, which used to bolt on here. Used the same bracket and everything, but I had to drill and tap some holes in the rocker cover. So I had to take that off. Bolted through that way. So the bolts are screwed into the rocker cover, and then the nuts are threaded on from the outside. So made this throttle roller. Obviously, otherwise it would be scraping over the top of the rocker cover there. There's just a bit of bar welded in there. Made this nylon roller. Then I've got the vacuum manifold here, so it picks up a vacuum from each intake port, intake runner, joins it all together. Need to make a better pipe for there, but that works for now. Runs the brake booster. Made the banjo bolts because finding M9x1 banjo bolts is pretty hard. Obviously made all the fuel lines, soldered those together. Rebuilt the carbs, had them vapor blasted. They need a bit of a clean, but I had those vapor blasted by Bean and Gone Blasting. The only thing I didn't make was the trumpets because it was cheaper to buy them. I mean, it was 100 quid for the 4, and I wasn't going to make them that cheap. So yeah, so I made all this throttle linkage as well. So there's a stud threaded into either of those, which also does the carb bolt. As you can see, I am not a welder, but it is connected. Oh, that was not bad. Also painted the rocker cover while I was there. You saw me make the HT leads. So the carb themselves, they are Solex C40 ADDHE, a bit of a mouthful. They're essentially the same as a DCOE Weber, but they're half the price, if not cheaper. So they were fitted as standard to Alfa Romeos and things from like the 60s up to the 80s. They actually evolved into the Mikuni Solex, which was used on a lot of Datsuns and things, like 240Zs, stuff like that. Still got to make a choke linkage. That's choke off that way, choke on. I've ordered the cable, I've got the cable. I just need to make a linkage and stuff, because obviously I've got to link that one and it not interfere with the throttle or anything. So that's a bit more fun. Fitted an MX-5 radiator because my radiator was knackered. I actually swapped this for a pair of wheels I wasn't going to use. Welded these brackets on. Again, I'm not a welder, but decent enough job. Need to make some brackets for the bottom. It's got a pair of, what are they? It's got a pair of 10-inch pusher fans. Fit that side because I've got the anti-roll bar this side, it's all a bit close. Silicone hoses top and bottom. Made this joiner because I needed a joiner anyway, but I figured good place to put the fan switch. So that's the factory fan switch out of the old Rad, and when that gets hot enough that activates the fans. So yeah, pretty cool. I did get the angle slightly wrong on the manifold. You can see they point down a little bit, but it works fine. I just had to lower the fuel level, the float level, ever so slightly. So I also fit some black plates while I was at it because they look way better. And I made this sort of touring car style heat shield. That's also kind of holding the bumper together where the splitter's hanging off. I need to add another hanger to the exhaust so I can pull that up, and I think I'm going to raise it ever so slightly because the gearbox hits just about everything. Sort of grinding the bottom of that away on just about everything. I mean, even cat's eyes and things, it starts picking up. sort of see it's been ground away there.